At 1:01 p.m. today, the U.S. Department of Transportation emailed us a letter from Secretary Duffy announcing their attempt to end the congestion pricing program in the state of New York. Think about this. Next time you're stuck in traffic.
So the American taxpayer, the New York taxpayer, funded those streets. And the way the governor set this up is, she said, even though you already paid for these streets, you can't use those streets unless you pay an additional toll.
Amount of concern for our membership. The fact is, we are non-discretionary travel. We have to go into the zone at the time that our customers demand us to go in there. We are charged at higher rates than passenger vehicles, and we are charged per trip instead of per day.
People that don't have time to watch this video, here is the cliff notes. So basically, the governor of New York wants to raise money from taxes and basically have a toll in the congested area of Manhattan area during certain times and charge vehicles for going in it. Around $9 for normal vehicles and $21.60 for a truck driver that dips into this zone. I understand passenger vehicles can go different routes, but semi-trucks, they're stuck to go on certain routes, and to be charged $21.60 every single time you're in this area, you know, is that right or wrong? President Trump has vowed to kill this program so that the hardworking Americans don't have to pay this extra toll. What's going on, Mutha Truckers? Welcome to Mutha Truck News. Email us at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. I appreciate you guys for watching the show. Every time President Trump talks about something that affects truck drivers, we definitely want to cover that topic today. So for the last few days, there's a phrase that has been in everyone's mind, especially in New York, and that's congestion pricing. I'll show you guys the map so that you guys can see that. And the governor wants to raise this extra money so that they can build more public transportation. New York Trucking Association, they have been fighting this and they're not happy with this, right? Here's a post from the Trucker Association of New York. It says, after years of pushing back against unfair tolling systems, we welcome the decision by President Donald J. Trump and Secretary Sean Duffy to revoke the congestion pricing programs while the future remains uncertain. This is a positive step towards a fairness for the trucking industry and all New Yorkers who rely on it, right? We hope this means the tolls will be paused, allowing businesses to operate smoothly and ensuring goods remain accessible at reasonable costs. Let's be honest here. Truck drivers don't even want to go into New York, Manhattan at all, okay? And for this to be something where they get told again, they definitely should be exempt from this. Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy stated that, you know, he sees the unfairness of this where taxpayers are paying for the roads once already. Why is New York charging New Yorkers a second time? But I'll share what the governor stated a couple days ago, and she wants to fight this. So I don't know if there's going to be some compromise or what, but definitely says that they're going to keep the cameras on. They're going to keep the tolls coming, regardless of what President Trump has wrote, right?
Good afternoon. I'm joined here today by Deanna Lieber, the chairman and CEO of the MTA, and my counsel, Brian Mahana. At 1:01 p.m. today, the U.S. Department of Transportation emailed us a letter from Secretary Duffy announcing their attempt to end the congestion pricing program in the state of New York. At 1:58 p.m., President Donald Trump tweeted, "Long live the king." I'm here to say New York hasn't labored under a king in over 250 years. And we sure as hell are not going to start now. The streets of this city where battles were fought, we stood up to a king, and we won then. And we will, in case you don't know, New Yorkers, we're in a fight. We do not back down, not now, not ever. Because who are we fighting for here? We're fighting for our residents, our commuters, our riders, our drivers, our emergency personnel. Life has gotten better for those who have asthma, people with illness. That's who we're fighting for. And the 6 million people who use the MTA to get to their jobs and their lives and their doctor appointment, nurses, doctors, EMTs, all the people we need to get to their jobs in a reliable way, they're now going to be affected. So I also have to raise a question. As I look at the pretense for this rejection, and we have a lot of legal reasons why we know we're going to be victorious, but they actually cited the will of New Jersey. New Jersey didn't want this. Ignoring the will, the people who live here, they're elected leaders in Albany, and all of a sudden, the Trump administration is citing, well, New Jersey wasn't happy, okay? I will talk about that later. But here's what I want to also say. I don't care if you love congestion pricing or hate it. This is an attack on our sovereign identity, our independence from Washington. And this is, we are a nation of states. This is what we fought for. This is what people like Alexander Hamilton and others fought for, to set up a system where we are not subservient to a king or anyone else out of Washington. So this is the fight we're in. It's all about our sovereignty. And I spoke to the president many times in a reasonable way, calm way. You're a New Yorker. You know how essential it is to have safe, reliable public transit, or else this system shuts down. Our economy shuts down. The nation's economy could shut down. That's how essential we are. And one would think he would know that. And then you have others involved. It feels like, it feels like the commuters of our city and our region are now the roadkill on Donald Trump's revenge tour against New York. And I have to say this to Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy. It's not the real world, Sean. It's real life for New Yorkers, and don't you forget that. So, we're in fight mode. Within seconds of us getting this notification, our MTA was prepared. We knew this could come. Filed a lawsuit within minutes. I'm very confident we'll be successful. And I also want to say, the cameras are staying on. We are keeping the cameras on. Lights, cameras, action. They're staying on. Last thing I'll say, if in some world that they are successful, the next time you're stuck in traffic, the next time your train is delayed, the next time you're in a flooded station because infrastructure repairs were not made, I want you to think of this. Think about this. Next time you're stuck in traffic.